Joining me now is Dana Santos. She's a pro sports mobility coach and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So I see a little piece of paper on the desk that has back pain relief, and this is a new book coming out that you're the author of. Tell me a little bit about why you wrote the book, because as a pro sports mobility coach, you're working with athletes, and we were just talking that everybody gets back pain at one time or another, and it's the simple things that cause the problem. So why did we get to this point, and what do we do about it?
Well, those are a lot of big questions,
Aren't
yes. And the book is called Practical Solutions for Back Pain because that's what I want people to understand, that they should feel empowered to take control of their back pain and not feel as though, no offense to you, but that they need to go to their doctor and say, here's my back pain, fix it for me. It's more of a, let's work together to fix my back pain because I want to understand why it's happening. And in the book, I try to give people an easy explanation of how their back works because I get frustrated when I know for a fact that people will come to me and they'll be complaining about their back pain and they know more about the apps on their phone than they know about the function of their spine and the muscles that protect and move it. So I want people to understand that that it's not as complex as they think, and the solutions are very practical. It's not like you have to spend an hour every day working on your back. You figure out what works, what exercises work, and then you use them throughout the course of the week.
Sure. Now, when we talk about backs, there's a lot of moving muscles there, a lot of different layers. And docs, we don't have a whole lot of things that we can do. Obviously, we can make the pain go away by making your brain not care. We can inject the area and decrease the amount of inflammation in that area. We used to tell you to sit, put ice on it and do all the wrong things. Now, new studies are showing that we should get up and move more, and that we should not be giving narcotics, which I'm not a big fan of to start with.
Right.
Anti-inflammatories and pieces to break down the mechanisms of why we have back pain, and then get to the source, as you were talking about. So, new protocols out there. Tell us a little bit about what we used to do and what we recommend now.
Yeah, well, and there's a section in here, I call it the trouble with tradition, right? And that was always treating the symptoms. And of course, when you're in pain, and back pain can be so debilitating, right? You're in pain, all you want to do is stop the pain, and you're not even thinking about what the cause was. But stopping the pain is usually only temporary, and 80% of the population suffers from back pain, but then 80% of the population will suffer again from a reoccurrence. And that's because the cause wasn't fixed. Or they'll live with chronic pain, and there's no reason to live with chronic pain. And another part of that trouble with tradition that I talk about is we're so quick to go get an MRI. If we have insurance, that will cover it. We'll go, we want to see the imaging. Well, the imaging can be scary, and I'll have people who come to me and say, I have herniated discs, like they're going to die from them. And I have 6 herniated discs, and I manage my body because this is the body that I've been given, the vehicle to navigate my life, and I can do all sorts of things that these people who have herniated discs who don't understand, how to manage them will say, oh, I could never do that. Well, of course you can, but you have to be empowered with the information to do it. And as you said, now the protocols, thankfully, are let's try movement first. Let's try not do these passive approaches, but more proactive approaches. And also the JAMA study that looked at 30 different studies on back pain treatment found that there's an additional 10% effectiveness if you add education. And I'm a big proponent of education. You should know about your back.
Absolutely, that's what we do here. Is we educate all the time. The whole goal is the better we understand the problem, the more we do something about it, or at least try to prevent it. So we look at someone to have a subacute injury, nothing terrible, didn't get hit by a train or anything else. Back goes out by lifting or tying my shoe, and I can't stand up. What do I do?
So you have to have the body awareness to understand what part of the pain is cautionary. And initially, the pain is very cautionary because your body's telling you, hey, something's not working properly here. And so that's how you have to think about it. Not, hey, something's completely broken, but something's not working properly here. So let's step back and figure out, okay, maybe holding myself in this position will make the pain stop, but can I function through my life in this position? And is that how my back is really set up to function? So can we start to move a little bit through that pain to find better posture, better breathing. And I've been on here before, and Al and I were talking about breathing, and I believe breathing is a superpower because the way that you breathe dictates the position of your rib cage, which takes up almost 50% of your axial skeleton. And what does your rib cage, 12 of those ribs attached to? Your thoracic spine. So a lot of times we get in pain, and what do? Right? And so we tense everything up. We just changed our rib cage position, which changed our spine position. And also we initiated what's called your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. So your whole body is on high alert. So you need to unravel that. You need to have the conscious awareness of what's really going on to kind of say, no, I can control my body. It's not as bad as it seems. And let's take some long, deep breaths, get in a better posture, and start figuring out what movements are going to work for me.
Perfect. Yeah. The challenge we have is that people come, they want to get rid of their pain, but the pain's there to say, hey, slow down a little bit. If I give you a narcotic, brain doesn't care, back's still a problem, and so we end up actually seeing more chronic disease from that. Yes. And then obviously we see chronic addictions from these because it's just something you're going to live with all the time. So with the practical solutions, we can avoid the narcotics, we hope greatly, and we can avoid surgeries as well if we start taking care of it early on and start moving a little bit better. So it's not any person can have back pain, and any person can get better from this with motion, but we have to also be kind of prepared for this too. If we have back pain before, we should be doing different things.
Yes, yes. So that again is about that body awareness. So if you've had back pain before, you can kind of look at, well, what preceded it, you know? And usually there's a lot of sitting, being sedentary. Even with the professional athletes that I work with, they have a lot of travel, right? So it tends to happen in the same way that you gave the example of tying my shoe, picking up my child, petting my dog, that kind of thing. It's not this traumatic injury out on the field. Those are few and far between. It's more like every one of us, right? So just understanding, okay, when I start to feel a twinge, how's my breathing? How's my posture been? How much sitting have I been doing? Can I start to counter that sitting by standing more? I mean, you can buy a standing desk. You can alternate sitting and standing. There are many proactive things that you can do, and I talk about a lot of them in the book.
Yeah, so the book's called Practical Solution for Back Pain Relief.
Yes.
It's not out yet, right?
It releases on Tuesday, the 23rd.
Perfect.
On Amazon.
All right, so thanks so much for sharing that with us. Obviously, we want to get people's mind a little different, recognition obviously of back pain, and getting rid of that tradition, as you said, of sitting still and suffering so much. So thanks for opening our eyes and giving us some practical solutions.
Oh, thank you.